Hello everybody, hello everybody, hello everybody, welcome back to the car. We're in the motor, here for Mellow Thoughts. It's Mellow Thoughts on the road but parked, and I don't even drive, you figure it out. Okay, so this is Mellow Thoughts on Battleground 2017. The reason that I'm doing this, this just hit me. Every single time I do a video, I'm always like, the reason I'm doing this video is because of this. I can never just, decide to make a video. There always has to be some explanation. But the reason I'm doing, the reason I'm doing this one is, one, because I've not done Mellow Thoughts in a while. Two, I forgot to do it yesterday. Three, I want to talk about the podcast a little bit. And four, Battleground got a lot of mixed reaction, should I say. Mostly negative though. And you know what I'm like. I always sort of talk up WWE a lot, and I always brag about, the stuff in the ring isn't as bad as what people say. And yeah, the booking is kind of rubbish sometimes, and the writing is really crap and things like that. But it's still WWE, and it's like, it's the best, so it doesn't matter what they do. It's like TNA, for example. I was doing a video on TNA. I think it's Slammiversary, but there was a problem with the video, so I couldn't upload it. But I talked about Slammiversary for a bit, or GFW, as it is now. And I was saying how, like, it's still a wrestling show. It's still a wrestling pay-per-view, so I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to enjoy it, and I'm still going to, have opinions on it and want to discuss it. It doesn't matter the fact that it's TNA or GFW. So the fact that Battleground may not have been the greatest show in the world, I still it's still WWE, and it's still kind of enjoyable. And you can probably tell by my tone, I didn't particularly love the show either, which is rare for me. I tend to love every WWE thing ever. I'm always like, oh my god, did you see Kurt Angle? He's got a black son. It's the greatest. To be fair, like the whole Kurt Angle thing, I was one of those people who thought it was going to be Dixie Carter. I thought she would be the one to be revealed as like Kurt Angle's lover or whatever, which would have made no sense, but it would have been a big thing for Raw, and I don't know how it would do for ratings, but it would, create some buzz, I suppose, and she'd get good heat. Because she is really disliked, but Dixie Carter, that is. But it wasn't that. Ended up Kurt Angle had a black son, or has a black son, and it's Jason Jordan of American Alpha. And I don't know why they keep splitting up all the tag teams, because there's Enzo and Cass, who are insanely popular, who are broke up now. Golden Truth, who were somewhat popular, are broken up now. American Alpha, who are loved by, big wrestling fans like me or whatever, and maybe not so much with the kids. I don't know how they were in terms of promos and personality and stuff, but they always had good matches. One of my favourite tag teams of the last 10 years anyway was American Alpha. They get split up, so it's like all the tag teams are going. However, you've got a good division there. You got the Hardys, you got the Revival, you got Gallows and Anderson, you've got, that is Raw, the 3 tag teams, wow. And then on SmackDown, you've got, who have you got on SmackDown? You get the Breezango, you get the Usos, you get the New Day, you get the Colognes, Heath Slater and Rhino are on Raw. The Miz Taraj, I'm sure they're going to get a tag title reign at some point very soon. DIY are another team. DIY just gets split up. They're the most popular team in all of wrestling, other than the Young Bucks, and they're fucking split now, so I don't know what they're doing with tag teams, but let's move on from tag teams, shall we? Because that's not what this video is about. And speaking of things this video is not about, I'd like you to check out my podcast, The Good, The Bit, The Podcast, all information in the description box. Give it a listen if you can. I'm just out of seeing Spider-Man Homecoming for the 2nd time, and tomorrow we have a recording session of a new episode all about Spider-Man Homecoming, so check that out. The most recent episode was about Baby Driver, and the one before that was all about professional wrestling, so check it out. All information that you need is in the description box. And a recent video that I posted was a live performance, a live version of the Good Bit Podcast theme song, which is called 7 Sounds by a band by the name of Taped Live. So check that out as well if you can. But anyway, enough of the plugs. Let's talk about Battleground. The reason I kind of was talking about other stuff there is because there's not really much I want to talk about with Battleground. It wasn't a particularly great show. However, the opening match was really good. As everybody's saying, it's like a great opener, then everything else is a bit rubbish. Usos and New Day, really good tag match. It's showing that even though that I'm talking about how tag teams are kind of splitting up and stuff, tag team wrestling is very much alive right now, because with a great match, 2 of the biggest and best teams in the last 5 years, definitely the New Day and the Usos. I thought Cena and Rusev pulled a rabbit out of the hat with the flag match, the ridiculous concept that is the flag match. I've never understood the flag match or the whatever on a pole match or whatever, but I thought they had a really good match. I really liked Cena and Rusev's match. John Cena, you're not going to get a bad match out of him. Rusev, it's awesome and hilarious and so underrated. I'm hoping he gets a title run at some point. And with the brand split, that is very much possible. In terms of Raw, people who will get a Universal title reign when Lesnar's done will be people like Ambrose and Rollins and Miz and people like that. who may not have gotten that if, you know, say Lesnar and all that were all in the same brand like they were before. So, but anyway, so yeah, Cena and Rusev, really good. I'm so happy with that. Because people were going, flag match, Cena Rusev again. The match at WrestleMania 31 wasn't great, which is the truth, but this was a really good match. I thought I really enjoyed it. I thought the finish was good. You knew Cena was going to win. I loved the new sort of look of the flag match with the feckin' flags down the ramp. How cool is that? Whatever. Good flag match. And then the main event, the Punjabi prison, you know, I couldn't really hear what the audience were doing because it was late at night. You need to kind of keep the volume down at 4 in the morning. But like the crowd were shouting something, and I feel like they were complaining because they couldn't see, because that structure is feckin' surreal to look at, by the way. It looks incredible. The match is a bit slow and it's a bit, you know, it's difficult to kind of watch and sit through, because as you know, it has to be a long match due to the rules and stuff. But oh my days, like, it's an incredible sight anyway. It looks ridiculous. I mean, I was thinking I'd love to see that live, but I don't know if I would, because there's so, you know, much there and so much to look at and so much to take in, you might not even be able to see. I think that was the main problem. I think they couldn't see what was going on in the ring. But I think they pulled out a good match. It was enjoyable, it was entertaining, it was something refreshing. We've not seen this in 10 years. We're used to the typical main event, you know, title match. It was nice to see a new stipulation, and people aren't talking about that. People are saying, oh, they should never have brought it back, it's done nothing for the ratings, blah, blah, blah. Jinder's the worst champion ever. You know, those things are kind of true, but like, it was refreshing to see a new stipulation that we've not seen in a long time. It was nice to see something different. What the hell's wrong with that? Then the Great Khali came out, didn't expect that, I should have done. He got a huge reaction. He has gotten even bigger, oh my god. Still can't walk, still hilarious. I don't know if this means he's back, like full time or whatever, but good to see him, I suppose. Nice little shock. And then the bad stuff on the show was the things that I was kind of expecting to be the best things about the show. Shinsuke Nakamura's worst match was against Baron Corbin at Battleground. Didn't think Nakamura could have a bad match, but it was pretty bad. And then AJ and Kevin Owens, what happened there? What happened? They just didn't click. And I felt as if a few times on this show, it wasn't necessarily like your stereotypical match. It's not as if there was many lockups and then carry on with the match. I felt like as soon as the match started, we were right bang in the middle of the match. The best example of this was the women's 5-way match. The match started and it was like a nice little sort of striking brawl or whatever, and immediately Becky Lynch and Natalya were out the ring, and within the first minute of the match it was already the story between Tamina and Lana, you know, taking out Charlotte, which they could have did fine during, like, in the middle of the match near the end, but it was like right at the start. Okay, now we're mid in the middle of the match, and the match was like about 11 minutes, I think, 10-11 minutes, so it's not as if it was a short match. And I was happy with the ending. I was happy Natalya won, because Natalya never wins. I was expecting, however, I think a Charlotte and Naomi match would be good, a Becky Lynch Naomi match would be good, but I don't think we've seen Naomi and Natalya recently. Naomi's gotten better, you know, Natalya's great, one of the best wrestlers in the roster, and I thought it was pretty good, and nice, refreshing to see someone else win for once. So at SummerSlam it's Natalya versus Naomi, which is interesting, and I'm happy with that as well. So good stuff. Battleground was pretty, it was alright. Wasn't great, wasn't bad, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about it anyway. Check out all the videos that we have posted there. Check out the podcast, stuff like that is in the description box. And until next time, my name is Chris Moffat of the Good Bit Podcast, and I'll see you next time. Ava Napoli.